Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a max effort upper day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, be greatly appreciated. So I went ahead and went with closed grip with a normal bar, no bands changed, nothing like that today, because this is pretty much going to be my competition version. I'm gonna just stick with closed grip even in meets. Pretty happy with this today. We got 345. Paused it, right? Should be good as far as meat legal goes. Obviously, I'd have to pull the thumb loops off. I might have to pause longer in meat, but I honestly think when I look at this, that pause will probably pass in meat. They'll probably call it because there's no instability of the bar. Went up pretty easy. Wasn't an all-out 100% max. People who like to use that RPE scale, I'm going to call it 9.5. Some people are like, oh, that was an opener. Like, no. I went ahead and upped the weight on these today, and then I noticed the same problem some of my clients get, in that I've done these a couple workouts in a row. They start to feel a little bit funny in the shoulders. And as much as I love this variation and I love that deep stretch, I don't know I need a lot of that considering I'm close gripping. I explode out of the bottom of the close grip. Even on lifts that I've missed, I pop out of the bottom fast. I'm doing speed work. Honestly, I don't know that it's worth it for me to mess with this bar at the moment. So I stopped after 3 sets. I'm like, you know what? That's all the chest work I need for the day. I'm going to get chest work on Thursday with my dynamic benching. And I think I'm going to mess with more floor press. I've done a few different things for this slot. I've used this bar. You guys have seen me do the floor pressing. You've seen me just do normal close gripping. I've also done dumbbells. I think when I go with what feels like is going to give me the best carryover at the moment for just improving my bench, I honestly think it's the floor press. I think floor press is going to be my go-to. I think it's going to be my go-to. I worked in some JM presses today because I'm like, okay, triceps are really my limit. Triceps are my limit right now. Obviously, I need delts and pecs stronger. I need my lats bigger, right? But triceps are really going to make or break me at this point, because even where did that bar slow? The last fourth. Hey, that was fast off the chest, that last fourth. So I feel like all the bands have done a lot of good for my tendon health. I feel like I can continue to do bands, but I can also push some other tricep work so that we get into that deeper stretch position at the bottom also. So not super happy with the form on these today. I'm happy with how they felt. And I think I might need to, for the next workout or two, just stick with this weight, see if I can keep the elbows up a hair more, right? I'm working with the stability of that bar. You guys notice on one of those reps, wrist almost cocked back. It's when I'm using a really good bar like this. This is a Texas Power Bar. I can run into some issues with that. But as far as how these felt, the triceps got smashed. Okay, they got smashed. Now, when I hit my best benching before a while back, close grip benching, I was actually up to 185 on these for reps. But, it wasn't the prettiest form, but maybe that doesn't matter. We can argue about JM presses and the best way to do them. But as a lot of people pointed out, JM Blakely is the only one who does a JM press correctly. Tons of people still use them. Even some world record holding guys who use a form that's even closer to mine. Who knows what's right? But the thing at the end of the day, still a good multi-joint exercise. It's a smaller multi-joint exercise that just hammers the triceps. And it works a different angle than I do with the press downs. So something I decided to do today, I've realized, because I'm able to get over 20 reps on the fat bar inverted rows, my grip is on point with that fat bar. I don't think I need a lot of fat bar work. I'm just doing it for pull-ups now. I'm going to leave the pull-up attachment down if you guys see that fat bar up there. Right? See that fat bar up there? That's what we're doing. I'm doing that, trying to get about 8 to 10 sets a weekend on that thing of just pull-ups with that fat bar with a wide grip. I think that will continue to build my grip, because I'm starting to get to the point now to where the forearm pump may be limiting lat. lat development. And I still get grip work and a forearm pump off of even these, right? If I'm doing tons of pulling, it's getting built. Plus all the speed pulls against heavy bands. I feel like my grip is getting plenty of work. And I felt more lat on these today, right? I felt those lats get hit harder. So I'm like, maybe I need to be doing seal rows. Maybe I need to be doing dumbbell rows. Do this stuff for a little bit for a phase again. I ran a little phase with the axle bar. I feel like my grip is super strong. It's super strong. I think my grip is easily strong enough right now to hold what I want coming up for Worlds. It can stand to get stronger. And I mean, I think all this pulling one, I think the fat bar pull-ups will be enough. Right? And especially if I throw in a few hammer curls and stuff. Because I want to keep building the forearms, the biceps, the brachialis, all that. The hammer curls will help. But that'll give me better grip carryover, better carryover to my bench. So the seal rows, though, I need to continue to build that upper and middle back. Okay. I know it needs to be developed. And it gives me, again, a bigger glycogen sink. The thicker I can make that area in certain ways and get leaner, water cuts are going to go better and better because I can just drop carbs and do glycogen depletion workouts and lose so much water weight. Lose so much water weight that way. And that may be the way to go. Right? We just need to get lean, get thick. It doesn't matter if we're bloated and holding glycogen and water going into meets. Drop it in the final 8 days. And I think that will help too. Something I messed with. I think I need to not do any nut butters. Go just straight meat and vegetables. Maybe do 8 days instead of trying to do 6 or 7. Get that one extra day of carbs, low depletion workouts. Okay. So I don't care if all that area gets thicker. It holds more glycogen. It is easier to drop water weight in lean mass than it is fat tissue. Way easier. You can get as thick as you want if you get that water cut dialed in, and the glycogen depletion doesn't matter. Because I'm walking around super compensated all the time right now. Training volumes, ultra high carbs. Everything's full. On shoulders today, I went up 5 pounds on these. They felt good. Tremendous shoulder pump, tremendous bicep, forearm pump. But I skipped the plate raising because I'm like, you know what? My shoulders got a lot of work. Those front delts got really stretched a lot on that McDonald bar. I don't want to overdo them because they are being worked again here. The whole shoulder is. They also need to get used to the JM presses again. Like, let's just not do the front raises today. Do them next time. Like, we've gotten better at them. They're my secondary shoulder exercise, not a big deal. I felt like I got a ton of front delt work. And then, of course, we've got good shoulder work between, the seal rows, because that still hits a lot of delt. And then those upright rows really hitting everything. So then, because I did the JM presses, I'm like, we only need 5 sets of press downs. Let's hit them hard. Superset them with hammer curls. By the way, some people always comment on this. They're like, oh, you're got a big broiler. It's like, I've eaten tons of food volume already this morning. It's going to poke out. Deal with it. Anyone who thinks I'm fat, you better look at my arms and legs and face. Of anything, but it's just a bit of a food baby by the time I get to training. It's not there in the mornings. I need to start doing some of the pull-ups again, shirtless, and people will realize, oh yeah, not fat. But, haters gonna hate. I think I'm at a decently lean body fat right now, all things considered. Considered I got veins all through my triceps, veins through my quads. I think we're decent body fat. I'll drop some as I get closer to meet, though. I'll diet a little bit of fat off to make the water cut easier, of course, because we always need to maximize body composition. That's going to be important. It's going to be having as much muscle and as little fat as we can get away with inside of a weight class, and then just dropping water weight. But these all went good, I managed to get at least 25 reps. I'm doing the band. Instead of trying to do them together, I'm doing one on each hand. This is so much easier to set up. The tension is still the same, so it works great. But I got at least 25 reps on all these. I only did 5 sets. The final set, I'm like, because I took a little bit of a break. I was working on something, had a good 3 minutes. And I came in and I did well past 30 reps. I lost count. I got like 35 reps or something on the final one because I was fresh. I was refreshed finally. Others I went in fatigued. And hammer curls, we just did 10s with, I think it's 52. Yeah, 52 pounds. 52 and some change. It's a fraction of a pound. I got like 10 or 11 reps on every set. Something in that range. But at forearm pump, bicep pump was all there. And that's the main thing. So again, this is doubling down on hitting these triceps though from that separate angle. This works that lockout super hard. We get an overspeed eccentric. It builds the tendons. Whereas in the JM press is just a big, heavy tricep movement that puts us into a little more of a stretch. So between these two, we'll keep the triceps growing because my triceps are going to make or break me on that closed grip bench come meet time. At the end of the day, the bigger and stronger my triceps are, better my bench is going to do. Because I'm closed gripping, I use a lot of lat to get it out of the bottom. And that's something I need to discuss further. It's like people who are biomechanics nerds, which I am one, they get it wrong. They just cannot get their head around the fact that lats contribute to the bench, especially when we're tucked hard. And it's because they're thinking in terms of primary movers. And that's like saying knee sleeves don't help the squat or knee wraps because they don't contract. Yeah, that's stupid. You're an idiot if you say that. It's the same thing with the lats and the bench. It's like wearing knee wraps. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.